Hey all, Blake here. I've recently decided to take up a bit of an entrepreneurial spirit and start up my own business. Think about it, what are two things that everybody loves? Well, janky motion controls and getting heart surgery. By mixing these two things together and letting people perform heart surgery with janky motion controls, I'm gonna make billions! Motion controls were huge back in the early 2010s. You had the Wii do it, PlayStation ripping them off, and even Xbox hopping in on the scene. Running through a Lego factory barefooted is a less painful experience than using this thing. Yeah, these things didn't always work out perfectly. But man, they were a new way to play and people were eating them up. Honestly, if you told me that there was a microwave where you had to vibrate uncontrollably to heat up your food, I would have believed you. This brings us to the Wii. Man, this thing was freaking everywhere. Selling well over 100 million units, you wouldn't want to be caught dead without this thing. Oh, dear Lord, he's dead. Sergeant, come in here, quick. Don't worry, Captain, I'm here. It's really not looking good here, officer. Oh, thank God he had a copy of M&M cart. Good work, man. We almost had a loser on our hands. Nice one, Chief. Up top. And of course, talking about the Wii and motion controls, that brings us to... Oh man, that's the stuff. I'm telling you, this little jingle can cure all kinds of depression. Wii Sports was released alongside the Wii in November 2006. This was the game that had to get people hooked on the Wii, on Nintendo, and on motion controls. So, how did it do? Was it successful? And did people enjoy it? Are you kidding me? People bought more copies of Wii Sports than there are houses in Australia. The Wii ended up being the 4th best-selling video game of all time. So what got it to that spot? What made it the cultural landmark that it is today? Well, today we're gonna find out and play some Wii Sports. Here we are. As many of you know, Wii Sports is made up of 5 main sports. Nintendo decided to make their launch title a sports game collection because of the familiarity of those games. They also picked out sports that they thought would work well with the Wii motion controls, like tennis and boxing. So, let's go through them in logical order and start with golf. I already know I praised the game for having pretty good music, but seriously, this game has an amazing sound list. I mean, seriously, nothing says I want to play golf with a small white stick quite like this song does. Wii Golf has 9 main holes. You have a few different clubs that you can choose from depending on how far you want the ball to go, and that's about it. There are some shortcuts that you can take though, like on hole 3 where you can hit the ball on this small little island to get an edge on the competition. While not entirely game-changing, these shortcuts do add a risk versus reward mechanic that is fun to strategize around. Overall, Wii Golf is fine. It's nothing genre-defining, but it's fun to play and replay when you have friends around. Next up, we have Wii Boxing. I like this one. This game mode is extremely simple as well. You have a Wii remote, a nunchuck, punch. There is strategy here, of course, too. You can dodge, block, and try to punch unblocked areas, and I'd say the motion controls are at least 80% accurate. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Yes, 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 yes. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, yeah. In your face, in your face. At least you can't. I am the Wii boxing god, man. Oh, let's go, let's go. As you can see, I am the Wii boxing overlord. In my defense, last summer I got really bored and decided that the best way to improve myself was playing Wii boxing over and over again. And needless to say, I think it was a bit of a success. Next up, we have tennis. Once again, the game is pretty simplistic. You get to choose how long you want the game to last, then whack. In order to make this game mode as easy and accessible as possible, Nintendo only lets you control your tennis racket. No walking, no jumping. You just get to swing at the right time and pray. Luckily, usually my Mii runs and jumps on his own just fine, so it's generally not an aggravating experience. However, this is... Yeah, I'm not sure why they let you do this. But if you ever wanted to know what compulsive shaking is like, then trying to play 4 characters at once in Wii Tennis is your best resource. If that doesn't suit your mood, then why not just watch other people play tennis? Again, I don't know why this exists, but it does. Alright, on to baseball. I don't like this one. Okay, well, I don't entirely hate it, but it's just the worst. I feel like the simplistic take hurts this game the most. You can't control where or how any of your players run, you can't control how they catch, all you do is bat and throw. Throwing is at least somewhat interesting, as you can either throw a fastball, curveball, screwball, or a splitter. But even then, your throw can just not work, making it so that the one thing you can control fails. Not only that, but your outfielders can just drop the ball. Maybe I just don't get it, but this one was never that fun to me. Finally, that leaves us with bowling. Yeah, I like this one too. The motion controls just feel right with this game, especially if you have a Wii Motion Plus accessory. You can change where you start throwing the ball, change the angle, and even curve it by using the motion controls. Everyone just has that spot in the game where they throw from. I call mine the Banana Slammer. All of this is great, but what really drives me to this game, and what really drives this game home, is the fact that you can do this. Those are the main attractions of the game, the 5 main sports. However, there are 2 other side modes that are worth talking about. Here, we have Training Mode, a collection of fun little minigames meant to help you get better. All of these are solid, but what really sticks out are the bowling minigames, especially this one where you get more and more pins and you get to watch them all knock down. This is heaven. There's also this pretty fun golf one where you can try and hit a golf ball on either of these targets. Personally, I don't know why you wouldn't go for the further away target. It has higher points and is easier to hit. Maybe if the point values change between hits or something, I could see going for the closer target. But right now, as the game is, name one person who goes for the closest target for every shot in Wii Sports Golf target practice. I especially liked the boxing minigames as well. I always thought it was so cool that the final boss and god of Wii Sports, Matt, was training you up and helping you to get to the point where you can defeat him. I also like them because you can do this. Finally, Wii Sports also has a fitness age calculation mode. Here, you get to play 3 Wii Sports minigames, and then it will score your age from 20 to 80, with 20 being the best. Hey, not bad. This calculation is supposed to take into account the player's speed, stamina, and balance. I'm not exactly sure what all of those mean when it comes to a Wii Sports minigame, or how to improve those categories, but great! This game mode is fun to play for about once a day, but it's definitely not outstanding, and I wouldn't exactly use it as the pinnacle, the main standard of health. Overall, Wii Sports is fine. It's not fantastic or mind-blowing, and if you put it in a vacuum of complete objectiveness, it wouldn't be that special. But that's not the world we live in right now. Wii Sports came out as the big new brand new game on Nintendo's big new console, and it was able to get everyone and their grandmas into video games. Sure, it may not be perfect, but it is very impressive for all that it was able to accomplish. I think I finally understand it now. People didn't love motion controls just because they're motion controls. They loved them because they're paired with something new. Heart surgery is old news. That's been around for forever. Everyone's saying that the future is coding. So, coders out there, are you tired of using a really fast, efficient, real keyboard? Well, I have the product for you. Using a really funky, frustrating Wii cursor and keyboard, you can now code at a new, really slow and aggravating speed. I'm gonna make billions again!